Hello, this is Miss Bumphus. Thank you for joining me for another STEM lesson. Today we're going to be looking at matter, liquid, solid, and gas, and its reactions because we're going to be baking a cake. And a lot of people don't realize that when you're baking a cake or cooking or doing anything that you're actually entertaining chemical reactions or anything like that. Cooking, when you have warming liquids or boiling water, anything, you're having chemical reactions. So we're going to be looking at that a little bit today. We're also going to be looking at units of measurements because you need units of measurements whenever you're making a cake. And as you read, you would know this is a type of explanation type of genre, because with your cake mix, you're looking at ingredients, step-by-step ingredients to follow, directions to follow with making your cake. And you will find a lot of recipes in your non-fictional reading that is meant to show you how to do something, okay? So let's take a look at those things now. COVID-19, this pandemic is still in effect. Take your vitamins A, vitamin B, vitamin C, eat healthy. Cameron here is eating celery sticks. Fresh vegetables are better than cooked vegetables because you don't lose those nutrients when you're cooking them. So those nutrients remain in that vegetable and you get more benefit from it, okay? COVID-19 itself, it's a lot of things going on with that. All we could do is just try to take care of ourselves, all right? Get as much sunshine as you can. Be out in that sun, having that UV rays just fall on you, and just enjoy yourself. Get exercise, okay? Because the more exercise you get, it builds your immune system, all right? Take your vitamins, as I mentioned earlier. Drink plenty of healthy liquids, water, not sugary liquid, water. In the morning when you wake up, drink some water. Drink some organic tea. Try to eat organic foods, all right? So let's talk about measurement today, okay? Here is some measurements. And this was very helpful with me in school because I didn't know how to always understand my measurements, okay? So one thing I always like stories. I'm very auditorial when I learn something. So here I have the king. And if you look at a king, he always seems to have a queen. But this king has 3 queens, which is your court, okay? That king, each queen had 2 children, a prince and a princess, which is your paints. And then each paint or prince or princess had 2 cats, which represents your cups. So you're looking at the king, 1 gallon, 4 quarts equal 1 gallon, and 8 paints equal 1 gallon, and 2 paints equal 2 quarts, and 2 cups equal 1 paint, but 16 cups equals 1 gallon. But you can kind of break this down any kind of way that you need to, all right? So this is something we're going to be looking at, and of course, matter. I'm cooking a cake today, so we have our solid, liquid, and we have a gas or type of fusion in the oven as this liquid heats up. Anytime liquid or anything heats, you get a type of fusion that breaks down the properties, so that's called fusion. And then you will have with this a chemical reaction. The difference between a chemical and physical reaction, one thing is to remember that when there's a chemical reaction, like we're getting ready to do with our cake here, is it can't go back to its normal state again, all right? So that's a physical reaction as well. So when we combine our solid, which is a cake mix, with the water, which was in this cup that I've already combined, the eggs, and the oil, you mix this up and you create a whole new matter, okay? A whole new property. It's a liquid now. The solid is melted into a liquid, all right? Now, on the back of this cake box here, you can see step-by-step directions. Step by step, 1, 2, 3. And it tells you what to do step by step. Well, this is a recipe. And if you're in reading or as you read, a recipe is also, it explains how to do something. It's part of a genre. In form, it's real, so it's true, and it tells you how to do something. So that's what we're doing in reading, with explaining or showing you how to do something, okay? So it's to inform, and the author write it so that he can or she can inform you, and it's non-fiction, okay? So that's all recipes or any kind of instructional piece of paper that teachers will show you how to do something, all right? So what I've done already is I have floured my pan. And the reason we flour our pan is so that when we put this wet ingredient in here and bake, that it don't stick to the pan, okay? So this is kind of like a lubrication, but powdery lubrication. It kind of holds the cake or the mixture in place while it cooks. And when you do take it from the pan, it don't break apart or do anything like that, okay? So I've already mixed up this ingredient, and I'm going to finish mixing it up because you have to make it very, very smooth, okay? And as you can see, if you want to stir this for me, Cameron is going to stir this while I take this video to show you what we got. You can see white along the edges, and that white is the mixture. And that mixture is becoming one liquid. So what we had as a solid is now becoming a liquid. And we're going to stir this a little bit until it gets smooth. Now this cake that we're making is called the red velvet. But instead of putting the white topping, I'm going to use this red icing because I'm going to decorate it differently. So, may I help? So that's what we're going to do. Now, my oven is already very hot. So, when we finish stirring this and whipping it really, really good, then we're going to put this mixture in the oven. And at the end of this baking process, it's going to be not liquid, but a solid again. But it's going to be a mixture of oil, eggs, water, and all of that, okay? So now I'm going to evenly spread this in my pan. And this is something that families should be doing at home because we have the chef creation coming up. And we need to be able to take a picture. And you're going to see a picture of this at the product online. Because I might be the person that win that $25 Walmart gift certificate, you know. Me and Cam. Because we're cooking together. Making our cake, okay? So, you want that? I used to always do this when I was a little girl. I used to love to get the pan and spoon. I think Cameron liked the pan. So now we have a smooth liquid here. No bumps. And we're going to put it in the oven. Cam, would you please put this in the oven for me? Our oven is very hot. You can feel the heat coming from it. And we try to put this in the center of the rack so the heat can flow evenly through the cake mix, okay? You can shut it. So, we're going to have a great chef creation at the end of this, at the end of the day, when this, in probably about 30 minutes, because your recipe tells you it'll take about 30 minutes, 35 minutes, tell you what temperature to set your oven to so the cake can rise and cook and release all the liquids from it as it heats up, fusion. Yeah, we're going to have a great chef creation and stuff. I don't want any of you to get jealous about it, but, you know, we're going to win. So, I know you all are not going to participate. Ain't the right, Cam? We don't lose. We don't lose. But anyway, have a great day, and thank you for joining me. Bye-bye. I'll see you later, and you'll see the picture of this chef creation. Bye-bye.